the Lord.
Amen. There's going to be two groups of the redeemed. There's the Elijah group and the Moses group. I don't think we'll wear Elijah t-shirts and Moses t-shirts, but the Elijah group will have the experience of saying, we never experienced the sleep of death. We were translated, right? In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, this mortal put on immortality. And then there's the Moses group. Some have been sleeping in the graves for millennia. Some may have died right before the coming of Jesus. And like Moses raised from the dead in that special resurrection on Mount Nebo and taken to heaven, the Moses group. And we'll all go together. One won't precede the other. That's just a really beautiful picture, isn't it? What do you think the testimony of Moses will be? This has really been Deuteronomy, his last words. That's what Deuteronomy means, the words, right? What do you think the testimony of Moses will be, Jason, as he looks back, even over just halting right before he entered the promised land and the Lord buried him on Mount Nebo? What do you think his testimony will be?
That God is faithful, God is love, and all of that pain and stress, it was worth it in the end. And no matter what happened in the specifics of how he went to heaven, he's grateful that by God's grace he gets to be there.
Amen. What do you think, Puya? What do you think Moses will testify?
I agree with Jason. Moses will testify of the goodness of God and the grace of Jesus, because it's only through the sacrifice of Jesus that Moses got to experience that ahead of time, right? And another, I believe, important lesson for us too is that we learned that from Jude that the devil was trying to claim Moses' body. I mean, we know that Moses did some sins, but the grace of God covered and forgave Moses too. And I believe that gives me so much hope to know that I may have sinned, but by the grace of God, if I have to fall asleep before Jesus returns, like Moses, I can have the assurance that Jesus is going to raise me up again.
It's going to be a glorious day. What's your testimony going to be? We can talk about what Moses will say. What's your testimony going to be, Daisy, when you gather with the redeemed of all ages, whether you're part of the Elijah group who never faced death or those who sleep and are raised from a grave?
I don't know. It's just too much excitement. I don't even know where to start. I think I'll be just extremely excited. But one thing from the study that I got today that really impacts me is that verse where he talks that Moses was not old when he died. It gives me courage that a lot of believers who have died, to us is like premature. God was just saying rest. When
Rest.
I mean, your work on earth